Are you scared that you're going to miss something on the EKG and the patient is going to go home and have a bad outcome? Because I was scared of that too. In fact, I was so scared that it drove me to become more proficient with EKGs. I never liked them. I didn't understand what all the fuss was about, how anybody could make any sense out of some squiggly lines on a piece of paper, and how that could tell anything about the heart that was important. And I thought, well, that's okay. I don't need to know everything about EKGs. I just need to know what the machine says, because it's a computer. It's smart. It'll keep me out of trouble. It'll tell me what's going on with the patient. If something's really wrong, the littler stuff, it's okay if I miss it. But the reality is that that's not a good strategy either, because the machine misses so many high-risk findings. No machine software can pick up Brugadas, which is a life-threatening channelopathy that can lead to sudden death in young people. No software interpretation picks up hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy, also another high-risk finding in young people. And the machine often misses Wolff-Parkinson's White. It often misses something called Whelan's warning, which is a finding that is indicative of a high degree occlusion of the LED, which needs to be stented immediately. So these are things that scared me and drove me to learn more about this. And here's the reality. I first learned about 12 leads in paramedic school in 1994. Yeah, 1994. And there was a guy that sat next to me in school, and I was a back row girl. And he said, hey, whenever an EKG would be put up, he'd be like, oh yeah, it's blah, 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 and would name 5 things you saw right away. And I used to look at him like, what did you just say? And how did you get that? And I was too scared to ask him, right? Because I didn't want to seem dumb. And I would go home at night and I would think, I'm a smart girl. I can get this. And so I'd dig into the books. I would dig into the orange book, the Dubin's book, and I would look for the answers, and I wasn't finding them. And I felt like maybe I wasn't cut out to do this, and maybe this wasn't the right career for me. But I also knew that I wanted nothing more than to save lives and to make a difference in people's lives. And I thought, okay, there's got to be another way. And so I ended up shadowing a cardiologist. I showed up on his doorstep and I said, I like EKGs. Can I just follow you around and listen to what you say? And maybe a bonus would be listening to some cool murmurs. So he took me in and we would look at EKGs together, and that was the best way to learn. So that's why I think this program is going to be so great, because I'm going to walk you through the EKG. I'm going to give you a normal sinus cheat sheet. I'm going to give you the intervals that are normal. I'm going to show you the contiguous leads, and we're going to color them in. I'm going to show you how they correspond to the cardiac arteries, the coronary arteries. And I'm also going to talk about several high-risk patterns. And we're going to walk through EKGs together. So I'm going to teach you the material, and then we're going to do some hands-on with my trusty heart model, because there's no better way to learn the heart than to actually put this together with the EKG findings, okay? And we're going to talk about, with real EKGs, what actually happened to the patient and what the problem was, and we're going to see what the clues were that led us to that. So this is a great investment in your education, and I'm so happy that you decided to take this course and join this journey with me.